What's up, guys? Welcome to Wasted Space, and we're back in Rimworld, and we have sappers at the door. Although, not actually that many sappers. Gizmo. Nice. Didn't know we had the goblins at the door. And we got charge rifle, frag grenades, EMP... Okay, so lots of explosives, which I suppose makes sense. They are sappers. However, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to respond to this. We also have someone to rename, so... let's just quickly do that. What am I doing? To go in here, character, rename, and again, checked beforehand, and we can welcome Mr. Shattered. I guess we'll do it like that, Shattered XS as one word. But, hello sir, I will try my very best not to kill you. There is also a question of some priority sorting here, especially when it comes down to sort of crafting, the fact that we've got such low skills. In fact, it's not quite naught. I thought they were all the way down to naught, but... apparently not. But at the same time, we can worry about that after we've worried about the sappers. Are they going to hang around first? They did that. The message came up at the end of the last episode, and I can't remember whether it said they were going to hang around or whether they were going to attack immediately. These people chilling up here makes me think that they're going to attack. They're going to hang around. But then these guys very much seem to be on a warpath, so I don't know. Where did Season end up? I noticed he was wandering out the base, but actually he was wandering around to come in. We do want to respond to this, but I'm not sure how... sort of quickly I want to respond to this. We got people. Is that pump shotgun PDW? Let's get two people this side. DJ's asleep. Stubby is praying with his survival rifle. Yeah, perhaps appropriate before the battle. So that's Shattered next. What about Season LMG? Nice. Get the LMG that side, and Jack's got PDW, so let's have that side as well. Just be ready to burst out on them when the opportunity arises, and then when DJ and Sean wake up, we'll go further. Tip, of course, needs to be restricted to, oh my god, wargs preferably, although it looks like we could do with changing that just quickly, because yeah, it doesn't include any of these buildings down here yet. That alright for the time being? Yep. Cool, so they got a little way to go yet. Turrets are going to open up first, because there is no... I mean, these are sappers, but they can't get around the fact that there are turrets on all of the sides of the base, so there is no safe route in as such. I'm not sure we want to come out on them yet. I suffer losing a couple of turrets on the basis that they will thin the numbers. They're actually going to go for the walls immediately. Cheeky. Excuse me. Managing to get myself ill quite a lot at the moment, so my voice is not as good as it could be. They're pretty effective at taking down the defences though, and it looks like they're going to want to try and break in through over here. That's how it appears. Are they about to grenade themselves? They are, yes. Interesting approach, my friends. Interesting approach. So in this case, let's get... Right, they are actually in. This is a bit dodgy, but we should win just on the volume of numbers. Yep. Good. Who needs treatment? Stubby, Jack be flipping, and Season. They all need treatment after that. Really? Alright, let's... Who have I got? I got the Surgeon highlighted. Right, big toe destroyed. We've got a couple of cracks. Nothing too bad. Ring finger. Bruise. Why is that in red? A bit weird. And then... Okay, these guys are alright for the time being. They are... persisting with their attack for the time being, so let's get people in slightly more sensible locations for when they try and come through next time. Or are they? They now seem to be inclined to run away. Are they fleeing already? If they are, then... Oh no, they're just going around for a different line of attack, apparently. Which I would propose is not going to function too well. Come on, let me put Stubby somewhere more sensible. Cool. That's right, run! Run. Lost a turret, and a couple of people that are probably going to be a bit annoyed, and then we have Breathhorst here, who is, because we beat him with fists, actually not looking too bad. What are you character-wise? Steadfast Brawler? That's looking pretty good. Can shoot but has no skill. You're worth capturing, I would say. Let's see if we can get them to take him down here by, for the time being, forbidding that door. Force him into the new prison. Would be quite helpful. Can you go and capture Breathhorse for me? I imagine it cancelled that because we... Oh man, we got Crunchy as well. Incapable of carrying, cold tolerant optimist. I mean, your skills are not particularly great, but And you're missing a nose. Kind of less decent. Oh, I keep forgetting to check their age. 19. Oh, very cool. We might not bother with Crunchy on the basis that we actually have to care for these people as well. Not sure how capable we are of doing that. Let's get some strip orders on the go for these guys out of here. Anyone else? Yeah, we took down one more. Did they lose anyone over here to this turret, or did they immediately run away from that? No, they ran away from it. And let's strip Crunchy, because Crunchy, unfortunately, is going to bleed out. And, right, this is another issue. This is going to be letting all of the air out. I hadn't thought of that, but this is all of our cold going outside. So we might want to think about some sort of airlock system where we have the doors held open normally, but we can shut off corridors or breaks. I quite like that idea. Because what temperature is it in here? It's outdoors, 7C still. We need to get someone to prioritise working on that granite wall, please. I think I can unforbid that now. Stu's taking that one down there. Yep. Not so bad. And we also now, of course, need to get another steel turret. Yeah, we don't have any plasteel still. Whereabouts was it? We can kind of work out from how far out it was. Do we want to change its position slightly? Ah, there's looking fine. Speed things up. Who's really annoyed? Stu B. Yes, that's because he's busy taking someone to a place he doesn't want to. Right, this is now all sealed off again. We didn't lose any crops during that, but I still think this airlock idea might be a good one. The other thing I want to think about doing for this episode is, it's very dark in this place. So I might do our guys the kindness of installing the odd light here and there. Might be pleasant. What have we got? Cargo pods. Who's to say it's going to be meat? I suspect it might be. We won't put one there yet because that's a bit weird, out of place. And then one either side of the door on either side. Kind of makes sense. This side's got a different power network to that side. Something to worry about. We're thinking someone had a very good suggestion of having the outer walls essentially power the turrets and the inner walls power everything else, which is kind of a potentially nice setup for it. I'm going to check what the cargo pods were. Tons and tons of cobra skin. That's not that far away, is it? No, it's not. We might take that. Probably got a decent amount of value to it, and we are making a fair few clothes, so that kind of functions. Let's also check the dumping stockpile. Yeah, we do have a dumping stockpile, so also gonna. This is going to be another stockpile up in this corner, and I'm going to be a bit more specific with this one. There's something that Sean, I think it's Sean, has been telling me to do for ages with my stockpiles, and I never really did. So we might have some 3x4 stockpiles along here, and the idea with these is they're going to be to store really specific things. So 50%, in fact, let's make it 60% and above only. Any quality, and the idea is this is specific things in each. So we'll have like pants in this one, and then we'll do another one next to it, same size, and this one's going to have, let's copy the settings, paste the settings, but we change pants here to, what are we using? Are we using button down shirts? I can't quite remember, but I know we're using parkas, so that's one. Excuse me again. Looks like my voices might just be a bit of a consistent problem in this. Right, what else were we having? Headgear. I think we, as usual, have cowboy hats. Of course, why would you have anything else? And then maybe down here, one more. Paste the settings. Let's just check the tables, tailor's table, to see what we're doing. It is button-down shirts, cool. So this one will be the same deal, but for button-down shirts. And then the thinking behind this is that you can very quickly see what you're missing from those setups, and you could potentially continue with the same thinking of having like maybe that corner there is meds. I'm not going to do that because I think meds, we're going to need them closer to where we're going to be using them, but I'm thinking about it. Let's allow him to have medicine, and we're going to chat and recruit with him as well because we do have some herbal meds now, if I remember rightly. Wow, 29 herbal meds. We're doing so good. So I think for the time being I might leave that just as clothes stockpile. We don't need anything else drastically yet. There's room down here still, and they will immediately move this stuff over here. I need to change the priorities, I forgot. These should be top priority. There we go. So stuff should get moved to there relatively quickly. Crunchy is outside bleeding to death and getting stripped. Wonder, oh, you got an LMG. Season, can I borrow you for a second? Thank you. Who's in a bad mood now? Leave me alone, goddammit. So we put a few lights down. That should mean that they're not in darkness all the time. That's going to help. We need to sort out this indoor area. So maybe we think about this setup here, but up top. Who's Stubby is broken down again? Why? I seem to remember you've got... yeah, you're neurotic, so that's part of the problem. So maybe the thinking is we duplicate this setup up top again now, on the idea that that will be a good place. We've probably got enough bedrooms for the time being. So up here we can think about stuff like our cooking and eating area, our joy area, and so on along the top. And then we can finally sort out this middle bit, get our third growing area on the go, and at the same time build up our solar panels up here, get rid of this sort of mess. Oh, we need to think about a place to have a fridge as well. So maybe... might have the fridge as a big long one on the inside, along one side like this, perhaps. Need to think about fridge location, because I don't think we have room for a big enough one along here. Maybe one half of this is fridge and the other half isn't, but then how do you fit our airlock in? I think the planning tool is going to be needed. But cool, people are... oh, pirate merchant. Let's get Tip to deal with that before we go to bed. Not that the pirates tend to have anything useful for us, but might as well have a quick look. We could sell people, but I'm not keen on that. We'd rather have colonists at this point. Okay, you'll buy trash that we don't want. That's kind of fine. And we could buy one beer. One person could have a drink. That seems unfair. Poor Stu. So yeah, we've still got a few projects queued up, ready to go. So I'm not going to start anything quite yet. We could go and have a quick look at the priority setup. There's also a few flaws with the power network as well. Might also be time to cut off this in preparation for when we get doing more. I also might want to think about stockpiles for these rooms. We've got one down here, obviously, but it'd be nice to have meds stored somewhere closer than that. Do we need to split the meds off? Not really. We could have the meds stored in the med room. So, and then if they need them for the prisoners, they only have to hop over. So let's get a stockpile, and we'll just have one in here and in here. Two separate ones. One of these is going to be for herbal medicine only. Is it manufactured? Yes, it is. Herbal medicine only, and is going to be, again, critical priority. And the other one is going to be for meals. But I don't want to... It's a shame there's no way of limiting how many. Oh, there is. There is. No. Any quality. I thought I said any quantity for a second. Okay, I'm not going to have this for the time being. Once we get the kitchen set up, we might be producing enough meals for that. But we definitely have a setup where we want meds stored in the medical room. We also need to... I didn't buy meds from that because they're very expensive, but we do need to get some more meds when we get our hands on something, have the opportunity to. So let's have... yeah, not recruiting anyone. Let's have a quick look at our priorities again. We don't have anyone but DJ that's particularly high on crafting. So even though Shattered XS is low skill, he does have the passion, so he might as well be on it. But we do need more hauling going on, without a shadow of a doubt. So maybe we can drop some other people off some of their jobs, because we've got some people that are doing, like lots of people are growing, for example, when it could just be Season. We don't need Stubby doing it. Plant cutting should be for Season as well. That would make sense. So let's get Stubby off that too. Let's have Stubby on 4 for plant cutting, in fact, and maybe 3 for hauling. Get Stu hauling as much of the time as possible. That should give us someone doing all the other jobs. Couple of people on constructing and repairing. I'm tempted to do... in fact, that has no benefit other than... no, that has no benefit whatsoever. So that's fine. And then DJ primarily cleaning, and then otherwise hauling, I think perhaps makes some sense. So at the moment, hauling is the issue. We're just not moving stuff around enough. Stubby is exhausted because he's been broken, wandering around outside in the rain. That might be why, bro. If you were to come back in and Maybe eat some food, go to bed. You feel a bit better? Promise. Yep, eat some food and then go to bed. Good choice, sir. No one's building any lights, because we don't have any metal, because we need to do more mining. Somehow we are back to that old trick of not paying enough attention to how much steel we have. Which, yeah, at some point soon we are going to have to start buying off people, because there just isn't that much resources around in this map. We've got to watch out for this down here as well, but that should be enough for what we're about at the moment. A couple more colonists would be good, because our food supplies are looking kind of alright. We're keeping on top of it with... Now we're no longer killing our crops, we're keeping on top of things. Now let's have a look at the plans for up here. So let's assume... Oops, what I should have done was pay attention to where 37 was, so that's the middle. So in fact we want... Ah, damn it. We want... Corridor is there. As before, and I think on a couple of these sides we might want to... Maybe there and there is the most sensible one. That gives us sort of nice square internal, so we do... These two sides are the ones that cut off like that. Could make sense with how that is as well. Yep. So we have this like this. Now, I don't think fitting the fridge up here makes much sense. We'd have to use up so much room just for the entrance to the fridge. Whereas this is... That's the same size again. So maybe we're going to have to fit a fridge into one of these. I mean, in order to do so, you would have a door that comes in here and then... just a little corridor like that with another door there. You might have to have it one longer, sacrifice a little bit more room, and then you'd have pretty much this whole area as fridge. And then up next to it, out here in the corridor, and maybe in this corridor, that and that should also be doors. This is where you'd have kitchen and kind of dining / lounge area. So kitchens are... They're 3 blocks, aren't they? Ah, we've got an exotic goods trader, and it's the summer. Ooh, warm, no less. Tip is asleep, I assume. Yep, Tip is asleep, so in the morning we'll get the exotic goods trader on the go. So the cooking tables are 3, and in here you could perhaps have one at the top, one at the bottom. No, you couldn't, because they're going to get in each other's way. So this space is not ideal that we've got things set up here for. There's no sort of sensible way of fitting cook stuff in, but it means we could have stockpiles behind it. So yeah, let's assume 2 cooking tables, so that's where the wall's going to be, and this is going to be essentially dining area, probably with some joy objects in it. And this is going to be fridge, potentially the whole thing. It's kind of a small fridge. That might not work out. We might have to expand it later down the line, but I can't think of a better way of doing it unless we expand internally like this, which kind of ruins the whole shape of things. Maybe we could have a corner fridge like that. I am unsure. Let's keep things going. I want to get Tip to the exotic goods trader so we can sell, but more importantly so we can buy the missing bandages for these things. Oh, they're attacking immediately. That's quite a few tribesmen. Where are they in relation to us? That side. Did we rebuild that turret yet? No. Okay. This could get interesting. It's also reminded me that Tip's still actually on restrictions internally, but that might not be the end of the world. And these guys are how far? Relatively close. So I think we want to meet these people more head on than we have been previously. Understanding that they are going to go for these turrets. I mean, saying that, it's worked reasonably well previously, allowing them to go around the outside, so maybe let's just get the guys with the survival rifle, which is Stubby, and who else has got a survival rifle? Pump shotgun, charge rifle, no. Sean is the other survival. Let's get them both over here in preparation, because these are the two that are going to be able to shoot in advance, and let's look at some of the stuff we can sell while we've got the opportunity to. We probably need the meds if they're here. How much money have we got? Not much, of course. It's cool. So really, glitter world meds, isn't it? That's not helpful. 50% is not particularly useful to us. Anything we can suddenly win the day with? Triple rocket launcher superior? Could be funny, but no. Okay. Here they come. I think to begin with, let's actually start off with these two outside because they will engage the turrets first. Definitely. Definitely. The idea is to try and encourage them to work their way around the outside of the base as before, which is costing us lots of metal, I'll admit, because we aren't even smelting the scrap. We will reclaim some of that later, but it's safer than other options. Cool. This is a good start. What we need to watch out for is people going straight for Stu and Sean, which it appears like they are. So Stu, Sean, get inside. Everyone else should be on restrictions. I didn't even think about this. Guys, stay inside. Thank you. First turret is going down, taking a few people with it. This is costing us quite a lot each time. Let's see if we can get just someone outside. Nope, that was a foolish move. Stu, get inside. Okay, so now we're going to need to think about meeting them down the bottom. So Jack, do you want to get down here? Who else? We got Archangel, Season as well. DJ, you're semi-useful, bro. That's cool. They're going to continue on that turret. It's going to explode, take out one of them. And then there's more turret action. Now, we can probably get some shots here as well. We get these guys out in advance. The first ones around the corner won't have the bows. The other option we've got is now coming out behind them as well. They're already fleeing. Okay, that kind of works. You guys want to try and give them a bit more hell before they get away. You guys can go back to normal. How we got? Cannibal, psychically sensitive, incapable of social. I mean, Cannibal isn't intrinsically negative. It's quite high melee. It's going to be very hard to recruit. Psychically sensitive is not great. I think we've got enough prisoners for the time being. Let's only cherry pick really good looking people. So capable of dumb level, cold loving, cannibal. There's a nudist. Apparently this is a cannibal what a cannibal tribe, this one. Perhaps potentially a nudist tribe. You are not so healthy. Again, I think we're going to need to cherry pick the best of the best. Trigger happy, hard worker. Hard worker's pretty good. Health wise, you might be worth grabbing. We checked Lavago, we checked Laxi. I believe that's it for survivors as it currently stands. Cool, I might have to go and send Jack, who's the least likely to get anywhere sensible, up there. Oh, so close to being useful, guys, so close. And then restrictions, unrestricted. Go back to your usual day, fellas. Nice, nice, that was not so painful. And then, guess what? Loads of people to strip, as usual. And probably a whole bunch of weapons to sell that we sort of semi-want and semi-don't, but that's fine. Actually, I suppose some of these can be worth tons. That's kind of misjudging things. Some of that stuff could end up being worth a huge amount. Close up there, just a coincidence. Oh, look at that social joy, no less. Brilliant. Exotic goods trader has left comms range. Yep, I suppose this stuff isn't going to be in stockpiles yet, so there's no great point in doing anything with it. Look at us, we're running low on corpses. And you guys keep saying butcher them, butcher them, butcher them. Ugh. Not yet. I'll probably come round to that point of view eventually, but for the time being, the massive graveyards are going to be where we're at. So, more people captured. Let's go and... who was it? Kucha. Prisoner. Medicine, chat and recruit. Yep. As long as it's only the herbal meds, that's fine. Ironically, they've only just moved them to where I told them to put them. Solar fillet. Okay, we can't do anything about that. That's just unfortunate, and there'll be no lights or anything for a bit. Because that's the one that... yeah, that's straight shuts down electrical devices. It's not what you want when you're under attack, but fortunately we've just dealt with it. So with a bit of luck, the story lord is not about to screw us over once again. Rebuilding more turrets and more turrets and more turrets. Expensive. How did the mining down here go? Blossom mining, not so much hauling. Roger. I keep forgetting we got IEDs. That could get fun. Start littering the outside with IEDs. Come on, guys. Let's get some stuff done here. Oh, this needs hauling. This is blocking one of the routes. This is not great. Not that, again, much in the way of hauling is being done for some reason. I guess there's just too much to do, and maybe the dumping stockpile is a bit far away. I don't know. Clearly stuff is getting done, because that's literally all these guys seem to be doing at the moment is hauling, which is fine. Get it done, peoples. Nicely, it's summer, and we've got the interior heating from the generators, so this did not get cold in the slightest. That's fine. I suppose it's not that cold outside, so... Bit of fog. And we could think about another research project. We're kind of doing all right again. So one of the things we were just talking about was we've got electric smelting, which is really handy because of the amount of stuff we've got kicking. Maybe we want to get on the electric smelting actually. Cremation was an option. Yeah, actually, let's get cremation on the go. It's getting the corpses will be a pain. They'll just be kicking around outside. The graveyard's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's get cremation. It's cheap, and then next up we'll get the electric machining, so we can start converting all of this slag into something useful. Because at the moment it's all outside and slowly falling apart in the end. So we are also running low on meat, I notice. Which is not a problem. We can live off simple meals, but a mad animal. Okay, that's fine. That works. Nice and easy. So yeah, all the mining has been done, but the backlog of hauling is meaning that I think pretty much everyone is just charging around on hauling jobs at the moment. And the internal efficiency of all these doors is rubbish, so does this door need to exist? No. Does this door need to exist? No. Neither does this vent or this vent, because we're taking down those. Neither does this wall. Or that wall, for that matter. And this is set to... Is that set to 11? We can have you set to 15, I think. Little bit... Sorry. Little bit more efficient internally, I guess. I mean, it does let cold air in and out whenever they use this door, so we might as well allow them to use that door again now too. Ooh, and a little bit of light inside. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? Let's get on that note. Where were they? They were either side of the exit, weren't they? Like that. Won't bother doing that yet. So yeah, does this make sense, or does the idea of having one more central make sense? I think the idea of having one more central makes sense. It's just how to then lay this place out internally. Right. We need room for a growing area. We need room for solar panels. But then we also want room for eating and joy and the like. Especially as it seems that some of it has to be outside as well. Could have potentially left that. That's quite a distance away, but... Cool, they are going and grabbing metal and getting whatever it is done. What are they doing? Finishing turrets, good choice. I suppose having finished the lights, that was pretty much next. Whole bunch of recruits just waiting to come over to our side. And then, that was nice and quick. Get electric smelting as well. Don't know where we're going to put the crematorium. Guess under there. Gaps, that's in the right place, that isn't, so granite wall there. Was the one we moved that was slightly off placed from before. And is this is indoors, so let's deconstruct that and let's get rid of this little weirdness as well, so that we can kind of get things looking a bit more like we intend them to be. And I suppose now is as good a time as any to also get this corridor in place. And that first is the way to do it, and then ignore me, cancel those two, and we can add those a bit later down the line. That way we won't let the heat out. We have learnt this lesson. Oh yes. Nice, nice. Starting to look a bit neater. Still don't have any sort of backlog of metal. I guess this is, again, the backlog of hauling. Look, most of it's actually getting done now. That's great. I assume these are probably still here because this is set to not allow corpses of any sort. Yeah, let's allow mechanoid and animal. You recruit! Woot! Minoka! So we've got someone to rename next time. Apparently we need colonist beds. I thought we had enough beds for all this. But oh no, because suppose we've got enough bedrooms, but technically not enough beds. Right, fair play. In which case, let's fix that immediately by getting these bedrooms done. So what else is going to be needed in here? They're going to need vents. And that, I think, is it. In fact, these all will need vents as well, won't they? So, like so. And I suppose we also want to prioritise that. So, do you want to go and build your own bed, Minoka? Not a constructor? Okay, what are you then? What are you? Not a doctor either, by those things. Potentially a patient. You're a miner. That's not hugely helpful in itself, but why not? You can help Jack be flipping, and when you're not mining, you can't haul. Okay. God knows what you can do then. I guess you're going to be crafting. Crafting in that form of the crafting rather than anything else. No need for another researcher. No need for more people growing. I guess we could have someone else repairing if need be. Kind of works. You're not the most helpful person in the world. And yeah, can't construct their own bed. So, can you construct a bed for us, please? Not a constructor. Don't think it takes too much wood to do this either, so with a bit of luck we can get this done in time. Oh, another new recruit. Damn. I suppose that's a good thing. Oh, he went to bed. There you go. Can you concentrate on... Oh, I can try talking, eating, breathing, weakened. Why? Okay, with social, artistic, and cleaning. Fast walk, pessimist, move. A bicycle on his neck. Well, that's not too bad. Right, so Svegard. We've got multiple people to rename next episode. Svegard would be an alright doctor if we didn't already have one. So we've got a backup doctor. That's never bad. Someone else who can haul. I might just have Svegard hauling then. We don't have a huge need and he's not great at anything else. So, yeah, bro, you're going to haul. You're going to haul and haul and haul. That's all you're going to do. However... we do need to make you a bed. Jack, can you make a bed, please? Yes. Just needs building, that's all. Nope, don't get a bed. Make someone else's bed first. No. Sweet. Okay, and last thing we need to do, obviously, is sort this stuff out. So, Noka and Svegard, let's smooth your sleep. Like that. Although everyone's in royal beds now, so we could actually technically take some hours off their sleep. I don't know how long, but someone will know. How long do they have to sleep if they've got a royal bed? I think it's 6 hours, and they're all on 7 at the moment. I think. Or some of them are on 7, I should say. We did change some of these before. So that's another 6. Hang on. Looks a bit weird, that end as well. Yeah, one person randomly sleeping for a huge length of time. And then to those two. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Cool. And then I need some work allowances for these guys. So let's put them like... Actually, no, the work is all lined up for us. So let's not stagger it like we were. Let's get everyone working at the same hours because we can, and then let's overlap the joy time a bit further, so, like that maybe. Cool. We got just about beds for everyone. We got more beds that need building, but yeah. How cold are these rooms? They're fine for the time being. And a fault in an electrical conduit has sunk all of our battery power. Cheers for that. So all the hauling in the world is now being done. You would have imagined it needed to rain for a thunderstorm, but I guess this is one of them dry ones. Because they exist, really. I don't know, I've never seen one. But I suppose that's not tantamount to it not existing. Turret network is looking alright. Outside is getting built up nicely. We have a fair bit of granite blocks. Have we unsuspended everything? I think we have now. Yeah, that's unsuspended. That's unsuspended. So, yeah, next step is to think about finishing off this line. And for you guys, because I'm not going to build anything internally in this episode, but I want you guys to think about how we should lay out this internal section. Understanding that the fridge is going to not fit very well up here. And it would be nice to have like a central area for maybe our crafting, so we have one big crafting room where everything's located in one area so they can be social while they do it, and to have one big social area where sort of the joy stuff is and they're eating and so on. So they're all nicely grouped together in that respect. What we got here? Lots of cloth. We do not need cloth. We're growing our own. Thank you. Probably growing our own at a rate where... Oh no, not growing our own that fast. We're doing plenty of tailoring apparently. But that's fine. Tons of hauling on the go. Hopefully soon. Also, the research is almost done, so we have machining done as well. That would be really nice to start smelting down some of this stuff we got kicking around outside. We could also do another go at chopping all the wood that's inside our base for no apparent reason. Metal supplies are looking kind of alright if you count the stuff that's down there. 37 bars worth of food in storage. I don't see that as being that low, but okay. That's fine. We distracted Season a bit. He's now cooking for it like a champ. Look, it's fine. The number's going up. Ish. I need that new cooking area soon, I suspect. We're not really... We're only just keeping on top of things. So yes, new cooking area, and the question is how exactly to put this place together. Because I'd like to have a decent sized fridge and communal areas. But I mean, maybe using this space makes sense. We've got plenty more bedrooms down here. I don't know how big we're planning the base to be in the grand scheme of things, how big it'll end up. But this is certainly enough space for a good few more colonists. We've got a decent number now as well. It's not like we're short on people. So, I wonder if I remember to set outfits for people. No, I didn't. There we go, that's a bit better. Just make sure they're wearing the right clothing, not get angry with me. Not actually out of granite, so again, some of this delay is just purely down to hauling. Base is now clear of mess. Anything that needed hauling out of the way, although there is, actually I lie, there is a few little bits and bobs kicking around still. And arguably that lot. Look how quickly they get on it. Trees down here are slowing them down big start, but that's fine. We're going to have that bit sorted out soon enough. We'll have out here sorted out soon enough. Oh, it's looking good. Looking good. Our power supply is looking. Is that going up? Is that going down? Efficiency 50%. Why are we only getting 50% efficiency? I don't know. I don't know how to improve the efficiency on those. Is that just how efficient batteries are? Don't know. This is dangerously low, apparently. Stop setting fire to the base. Or the graves, or any of those things. Nice, vents all sorted, bedrooms all sorted, so that currently gives us sleeping for, what's that, 8, 14, pretty decent. 14 colonists is a decent size as well, so I'm not sure I'm too worried about that now. So this is now indoors. Let's just do a real quick paranoia check of the no roof area. Yeah, look, we got this can now be cleared. That's only going to cause us some... Oh, not clear snow area. Yeah, so this is all fine. We know those are there. We're going to have to get rid of them when it comes time to sorting out the middle, potentially. But nowhere else is about to cause us any nasty surprises. So that's cool. So that means that as soon as this little bit hit... Oh, another new recruit. Wow. Wow, look at all the people we're getting our hands on. So you were Steadfast Brawler. Cool. So, same deal again. And what have we got? What can we use you for? Art. Interesting. Passion with the art. I like the looks of that. And then there's no reason not to have you helping out with a bit of construction and repair and mining, as well as hauling and cleaning. And again, I think hauling is always slightly more important than some of the other ones, so that's cool. Oh yeah, some people mentioned about priorities. It's worth mentioning with these numbers, I don't use 2 very much, I know. I could do, but this is kind of my way of doing things. But you've got to understand that there is a left to right priority in everything here as well. So they will always firefight first if you have multiple on 2. Or in this case down here where we've got 2 different ones on 3, it means he'll do the art first, even though they're both on 3. So, I don't know. I could use 2. I like keeping 2 clear for just in case there ends up being something that I want to do temporarily to raise things above. Then you can sort of see pretty clearly. It's the one on 2 is the one that you changed, and you might need to go and fiddle it back. So this is now all inside. We can get an auto door and also do the walls like that, because obviously we're going to cut our way in, but first is get a decent way in and out. Hopefully no one does anything silly and seals themselves on the inside of that. You hear me? I said hopefully no one does anything silly and seals themselves on the inside of that. Good. Well done. Well done. And furniture. Let's get the lights on the go. Run the power like we wanted along the outside as well. And we might as well do these 2. This will give us basically give us a really nice redundant power network with multiple connections, so that there's only a few places in which it can break and it will actually cause a problem. And I like the sound of that. So this may seem a bit wasteful, but this is what we're doing for now. Look, we got 30 steel. It'll be fine. That's plenty. Let's do this corner first. It's a bit further away from nasty thing that we're going to have to open up at some point, but not quite yet. Get some more steel mined. Is there anywhere else nearby that can provide? That's a bit useless. I really wanted to start getting rid of some of this, but we'll do that next episode, just because I'll need to watch out for no roof regions and things like that. We do have a nice lump of it just there as well. That's not so bad. And a bit over there too. That's okay. That's okay. Almost due second med harvest. That means I've managed to keep 2 bunches of meds in a row alive. Can you believe? It's next level stuff. Yeah, you're not going to be able to chop those trees, are you? Let's cancel that for the time being, so they don't freak out. I suspect we only have 1 person on plant cutting. Oh no, we do have a couple of people. That's fine. That's fine. Mining on 1. That was not my intention. Mining on 4. You got a skill of 6. Yeah, mining on 4 works. Yeah. We've got a fair few miners as it is. Often hauling is the thing that's the thing that's slowing you down more than anything else, rather than the mining side of things. Tip! I am in need of your skills. Go call them people. And we can sell some of this trash. Shoddy and poor charge rifles, we will keep those. Those will be nice. Pillars, no, thank you. Pump shotgun, normal. We might keep that for the time being. We can always sell stuff later. We can't buy it back quite so easily when we want it. We do have a bunch of people to equip all of a sudden, so that's fine. Shoddy shivs. Got worth considering. One of them has got high melee skill and nothing else. So, superior slate club. I like the idea of a club because it's better at knocking people out. You get a better chance of keeping them. So let's keep the superior slate club. And let's buy some of your meds. We need 30 to finish our medical beds, at least. Wow. We can't afford that. Okay. Ouch. But we need those medical beds done. Nice, and they immediately went and put them there. Good, good. I didn't want to mess around with that. We've got one more that needs doing still, but yeah, we couldn't afford it. So be it. For now, we have a little medical room set up, and that's perfect. Did mean we couldn't buy anything from the combat supplier, but I'm more bothered about getting that sort of longevity set up than anything else. So this is all nice, and looking at the time, it's about time to end the episode as well. So despite the fact that nothing much is going on as far as the story lord is concerned, normally they punctuate the ending with some sort of sapper raid or something like, this is a good enough spot as any. So what have we done today? We've done a fair bit again. All the bedrooms up and running, most of the medical beds, prisoners up and running, converted 3 new colonists, no less. Got a little stockpile zone up here set it up, which is where eventually this, I think, will be sort of for things like clothing, weapons, that sort of idea. Down here will be raw resources, just because it's easier to separate them. It might be more helpful to have some in both, but that's an easier way around. We may think about using the outside areas around these geothermal generators for something, perhaps. Maybe this could be where one of our crafting areas goes. In fact, I hadn't thought of that, but maybe around there, and then around one of these, the cooking and socialising. Hadn't even thought of that, but that could work quite nicely. And what else have we done? Just cleaned up a bit, run power conduit everywhere, and survived a couple of raids with decent amount of success. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that one, guys. If you did, please hit like, please hit subscribe. As usual, really helps me in the chat out. And if you didn't, let me know down below what it is I could change to make you a bit happier, do my job right. So thanks a lot, guys, and I will catch you next time.